sorry, to minimize the cost and maximizing the profit.
That's good, and hope you haven't read out of my slide. Anyway, that was a good addition. Yeah. So basically, as you said, right? So SAP, the full form of SAP is systems, applications, and products in data processing. So since the acronym is not only about SAP, it is also into data processing as well, and that is the reason we should never call it as SAP, rather you should say it as SAP. Okay, so that's the way of very professionally handling SAP. Okay, so SAP is basically an ERP package. It's an when I say ERP, it is Enterprise Resource Planning, as it is briefly given out here. It's a term used for software. Can you guys go on mute, please? You know, whenever you have questions, probably you can pose it. Yeah, otherwise, please be on mute. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, the term used for software that controls the whole organization's different departments. Okay, so this ERP is helpful to control the different departments of any organization. So that's where we have a lot of competitors to SAP, like Oracle, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, BAN, and so on and so forth. These are very prominent competitors or prominent companies in the market out there. So SAP is an European multinational founded in 1972 by 5 IBM employees. Okay, so these employees were part of IBM, and they have actually initially taken this proposal of introducing this SAP or a package being in the same organization, but then the IBM higher ups were not keen towards this new initiative, and that's where they had to come out of the organization and then started this SAP. And today it is rocking like anything. So they developed this solution for managing this different business operations and customer relationships. Okay, so the SAP and the both the company name and the software shares the same name, and that is the reason you call it SAP package or software, or the company name itself is the same. So yeah, as of like 2010, SAP has more than 140,000 installations worldwide, over 25 industry specific solutions, and more than 75 customer base in 120 countries. So this is as of 2010, and we are currently in 2021, right? It had added much more client base to it organization. Okay, so yeah, moving on. So SAP is actually, divided into two major areas or two major modules. Okay, so precisely it is functional and technical. So whoever might be, like, if a person is having a kind of decent, functional background. When I say functional, it could be into sales, it could be into purchasing, it could be into materials, or it could be into manufacturing. So all those people can actually opt to choose the functional side of SAP. So it is not necessary that only if you have a kind of functional background, only then you can choose. It is not like that. But then it will be an added advantage if you have a kind of decent background, so that you can actually efficiently work in your real time experience. Okay, yeah. So when coming to the technical part is like, it's a I should say, in a short term, it's a coding part. Okay, so which is done under ABAP, and of course in basis doesn't have a coding as such, but it is categorized under technical module. So majorly basis handles, okay, I'll explain about ABAP. ABAP is, as explained here, it's advanced business application programming. So the base is like C always, okay? So it is built on C, but then it is developed on Java and COBOL as well, okay? So, and this is purely a technical thing. If at all you want to enhance or introduce a new functionality in the SAP, so or in your package, whatever you have implemented in your organization, ABAP plays a major role, but then you need to get it coordinated and get it done with the help of ABAP team. You functionals need to give the requirement to the ABAP team, and they will build the code in the background and then make the functionality work for us. So coming to basis, basis is basically, these are the people who handle the technical part of it. So the hardware part of the SAP. So like the servers, how many servers need to be maintained, what should be the hardware component of it, the RAM size, the ROM size, all these are handled by the basis team. And that's where I said it's a kind of technical stuff. So moving on, SAP system consists of number of fully integrated modules designed to streamline business process within any department of your company. So when I say this, it is like, in any organization, there are multiple departments, right? So all these departments should work in coordinated fashion. Otherwise, if if each and every department work isolated, there is no point in running the business, or the business will not be successful. It might shut down in a year span of time. So that is the reason business has to work. All the teams or all the department should be coordinated and then worked in. So physically, yes, but how is it, how SAP is able to help here? Okay, so obviously, if there is, if not only SAP, any other software, if it is there, we can actually handle the business very efficiently, right? So just give me 1 second. 1 second, please. Yeah. So as I said, like, all the departments should work, in a coordinated fashion. Only then we can actually achieve the desired result, or the company can go to higher levels. So the list below listed are different modules in SAP, sales and distribution. We are here to learn about that, which I would be explaining in a couple of minutes from now. So the other one is financial accounting, which deals in the financial aspects of the organization. Controlling and FI both go hand in hand. And financial supply chain management. This concept is a kind of newly introduced one, where we handle the the credit management stuff in this module. And next comes the material management, which deals in the manufacturing activities, or creating the materials here. And the logistics execution. Logistics execution is again part of sales and distribution, but then since it has vast area, and that is the reason it is moved out of sales and distribution, and it is said as LE, which is logistics execution. Moving on, production and planning. Production planning is nothing but where you actually do your actual production activities, making the product available so that the sales team can go and sell that particular product. Okay, so that is where we deal the production planning. All the production activities are dealt in this production planning, which is PP module. Quality management, as the name itself says, that it is dealing with the quality of the products in an organization. it is not mandatory that every company should have this quality management, right? But again, depending on the product the company or the organization manufacturers, the quality management requirement comes into the picture. So this QM deals in the quality of the products which are produced by the organization. And next comes the plant maintenance. Yeah, again, the same here as the name suggests, how the plant is being maintained, where the actual production activity is being done. Or you can also say where the products are stored, or where you receive the return items, where you handle the packaging items. So all these are integral part of plant maintenance PM module. Next comes the project systems, which is, how the work breakdown structure is handled, how the, production activity needs to be conducted. You cannot continuously have the production running, right? So project system will break the production activity. So it will plan the production activity here. And likewise, we have many other modules like HR, etc., etc. Okay, the HR is basically human resource, which handles the hikes, appraisals, etc. Moving on further. So why SAP here? So basically, because of all the listed points here, uh, that makes unique in the market, and that is the reason it is in this position what it is today. So it has the integration, real integration happening. When I say integration, as I said like a couple of minutes back, it helps in integrating the system, okay, between all the departments of an organization. So let's say if a sales guy is doing a sales activity in his department and he's not letting the other teams know. So what happens is that whatever the products he sold and whatever might be the value, if it's not being intimated or letting known by the material management team or the finance team, they won't be able to record it, and which hampers in uh, displaying the reports or giving the reports to the higher managers. So that's where if you do doing the activities in SAP will have an integration or keep the the other departments will keep other departments informed about the activities done by each and every department or the respective department. So the whole system is designed to be in real-time mode and not historical. So when I say this, so it is like in a real-time basis, whatever the activity is done, immediately the next second or at the same moment, the information will be passed on to the finance department or the HR department or the material master team department, or for that matter whoever might, whichever might be the department, all those departments would be updated with the information done by a particular department. So this is what it means, like real-time basis and not historical. It is not like once the team is done, after the next day or the next day, the information is not passed like that. That is what is meant by historical. So provide immediate access to the enterprise information. So at any given point of time, the managers or supervisors would be able to access the information at any given point of time at any place. From they can actually access the information from any place or any given point of time. So customizing as per the business need. So the most important aspect of SAP or the beauty of SAP is here. So it can be customized as per your business need. Okay, so it is not like you are bound to use this and this is what it is, and If there is no functionality which you want and you cannot go for it, it's not like that. You can actually customize as per your business need. Probably this is not possible or not feasible in other existing ERP competitors in the market. And that is the reason it is shining a lot. So reduces cost by increasing flexibility. Yeah, again, this is one of the aspects from providing the above point immediate access enterprise information. So definitely it reduces the cost. Okay, so in managing the things on a real-time basis, and it is very flexible in handling this part, and better data management. So now SAP is all data, being managed in S4 HANA, which makes data being handled, very fast and easily accessible. Okay, for every department at any given point of time. So the data is being managed very, very, very efficiently over here. Compliance, of course, it is very well compliant, and it meets all the industrial standards set ahead, all the ISO standards set. When I say this, it has every details of the transaction which is being carried out in the system. So if a person is carrying out a transaction in the system, in the background, in the tables or in the database, each and every information is actually stored. Whether it could be the time, it could be the date, or it could be the place, or it could be the IP address, and it could be the transaction, whatever he has done. All these sort of information are actually stored, and it is it can be produced to the when there is an audit being done. So that's where it is very compliant. And moving on, so types of projects. So when I say types of project, all these are different types of projects which SAP handles, like support, implementation, rollout, and testing. So what are these? Support is basically whenever you are handling the end user tickets, or when you are trying to resolve the issues faced by the end user when they are doing their production activities, or when they are doing their day-to-day activities on the system. That is what you deal in support process. So basically, in short, you're trying to fix the end user issues in this support process or in this support project. Clear? So coming to the implementation. So implementation is nothing but applying the SAP package to any existing business which is completely new or which is not into any software. Okay. So we are trying to apply or give this functionality, implement this SAP to their business process. And that is what we deal in implementation project. So rollout is an again integral part of implementation, I would say, because like rollout is extending the functionality to other parts of the countries or other parts of the world. So let's say in implementation, you have implemented a piece of project or implemented the SAP in India alone, for example. And since business will keep on increasing, expanding, right? So that's where you actually try to expand, and you try to implement your package in outside India as well. So that is what you deal in rollout. Testing is nothing but you're trying to make sure the implemented package is working fine or not. That is what you do in this testing project. Moving on. So what is sales and distribution? Our main aspect. So SD is an important module of SAP ERP consisting of business required in selling, billing of products. Okay, it is, it deals in, it talks about selling products and making it available to the user at a requested delivery date and a requested quantity. It is especially designed to facilitate the business process in an enterprise. Yeah. So whatever you are producing, that produced items or produced materials need to be sold. So the way of selling, the way of making them available to the end customer is being dealt in sales and distribution. Yeah, again, this is very much integrated with other modules like FI, PP, etc. Okay, because as I said in the initial slides, every module needs to be integrated with other modules so that the end result is achieved by the organization. So sales and distribution also a very major and clear role in integrating with other modules. It consists of all master data, configuration, and transactions to complete the logistic process. So basically, it has master data, the configurations, whatever we are doing, and the transactions data. So the transaction data is nothing but creating the sales orders, deliveries, shipping them to the customers, and then invoicing them. Okay, nothing but billing. And it has the functions of master data, like customer master, which is normal term, material master, making which is nothing but the product master, and price conditions. Price conditions are nothing but the value of the products. So all these are maintained in sales and distribution. So on the higher level, these are the functions of OTC. Like inquiry, you are inquiring about a product, the price, quantity, when it can be delivered, what is the kind of quality. So all these sort of informations are inquired. Getting the information about a product, that is what you call it as an inquiry. Quotation is nothing but once you get the quotation, once you inquire about a product, you try to get the quotation of that particular product so that you can have a comparison in the market, because every product has a competitor, right? So this quotation helps you to compare with the existing competitors in the market. Again, the important aspect or the business starts from majorly from sales and sales order creation. So once the customer is there and he wants to buy a product, so that's where in terms of business, whatever you think, right, you need to think in terms of business. In business perspective, you need to think. So that is where you say it is a sales order. You are selling a particular product to a customer. So that is what all the product information, the price, the delivery date, and the quantity, all these sort of information are inscribed in this sales order. Next comes the deliveries. Delivery is nothing but, once the item is, once the customer places an order, the next step would be, delivering the product to the customer so that he actually enjoys the product. Okay. So the pricing again, as I said, every product has a price, and that is being dealt in pricing concept. It could be price, it could be freight charges, it could be tax, it could be discounts. All these sort of things are dealt in pricing. Billing is nothing but the invoice, the name said. And credit management is basically handling the credit rating of a particular customer is being dealt in credit management. So in short, to summarize, so in a diagrammatic representation, this is how it looks. The entire, you can actually say the entire SAP is all about this. Each and every step is very, very key, very, very important. And if you dig into each and every step, right, it will be a big ocean. Okay. So, but then the sales and distribution structure can be represented or can be seen with this simple slide. So the customer order, picking it and then deliver goods, issuing to the customer and billing them, and accounts receivable, which is nothing but the finance team, and the final payment is done. So each and every step is very crucial, and the entire SAP is actually can be seen here. Yeah, so with this, I would actually conclude my session. If you have any sort of queries, yeah, please. The floor is open for you guys. Hope I'm audible and you guys are
So in one of the section of the slide, it was
any sort of
mentioned.
queries, please go ahead.
Yeah. Am I audible? Hello?
No
Hello?
questions? Okay, good then. I hope you had a good session with me here, and yeah, all the best to you guys. We can deal in detail each and every aspect once we start our course. Thank you again.